Minister, yesterday in the High Court, an individual was given leave to challenge the implementation of the household tax. In this government's haste to obey the diktats of their so-called European partners in paying unsecured and unguaranteed bondholders, by picking the pockets of hard-pressed citizens through the implementation of unjust and unfair taxes, such as the household tax, you forgot to translate the legislation into our national language. Minister, in light of the High Court ruling yesterday, coupled with the fact that there are an overwhelming number of people, including myself, who have chosen not to register and pay this unjust tax, is it now time? Is it now?
Order, please.
Is it?
Please. Please, order, please. Deputy Lawler.
Minister,
No, please.
in light of the High Court ruling yesterday.
Will we have order for the deputy? I think every deputy wants to be heard, and Deputy O'Brien has the chair. Deputy, you have the floor.
Now that the sheep have calmed down. Minister, in light of the High Court ruling yesterday, coupled with the overwhelming number of people, including myself, who have chosen not to register and pay this unjust tax, is it now time for this government to scrap the household tax altogether?
Thank you, Deputy. Minister?
The household charge will amount to the vast sum of €2 per week. €2 per week. That's what it will amount to. It will go towards the costs of local services. And I seem to recall people previously opposing the bin charges. And so successful were their incitements to people not to pay the bin charges, that the bin charges and the service and the employment that they provided in local authorities ended up being privatised. And the very people.
Order, please.
And the very people.
Deputy Boyle. Deputies. Deputy Barrett, please. The Minister has the floor, please. Minister.
This is a charge that will go towards the provision of local services. It is necessary. And any elected...
Please. Deputy.
Any elected member of this House, I believe, has a duty to uphold the laws of this land. And I believe that incitement to people not to pay the charges, who themselves will end up, as was the case before with the bin charges, innocent citizens ended up in the courts because they have been incited not to comply with the law.
Please.
Can I just tell you who is, in fact, will not have to pay this charge? People who are receiving mortgage interest supplements, people living in social housing, or on certain unfinished ghost estates, and other people who that are exempt as well, such as the commercial property and premises owned by a charity. So there are a large number of exemptions designed to ensure that people who would have difficulty meeting their commitments would not have to pay this. So it is a fair charge as far as we're concerned, and it is also necessary because of the state of the national income.
Thank you, Minister. A supplementary 1-minute question from Deputy O'Brien, please. We have order for the deputies here.
There are very few people listening to this debate this morning who believe what you're saying. And despite what you may think, people are not stupid. Funding to local authorities have been cut already by this government. And this is an issue of fairness. And you said that this tax was fair. And that is contrary to what the Taoiseach has said and to what your own party leader has said, who have both said that this is an unfair tax. Now, given that it's an unfair tax, and you talk about people having a responsibility as legislators to uphold the law, people elected me to legislate just and fair laws. And this tax is neither just nor fair, and that is the reason why I will not be paying it. Now, Minister, it's time.
Question, please.
It's time.
Please, order. Deputy Lawler. Deputy, please. Deputy. No, please, order, please. Deputy O'Brien has the floor. Order. Deputy O'Brien. Please, Deputy Keating, please.
People have told you what's just or not.
Minister, I think it's...
No, Deputy O'Brien.
I think it's very telling that when people from the government side are heckling opposition TDs who are trying to make a point, then they're losing their case. Minister, I think it's time that you stopped digging a bigger hole for yourself and just came to the realisation that this is not a fight you're going to win, just as you didn't win the vote yesterday. And it is now time for this tax to be scrapped in the interest of fairness. And I again put it to you, Minister, that it is now time to do the right thing.